G'day sports fans, Fat100 here, and welcome back to Asphalt 9 Legends, where once again we are in the second championship since we started recording this game. We've got 18 days left, still trying to climb into possibly gold rank, still in bronze, but we've only had about 6 races so far since the restart, so we're on the way. We'll be racing in the Nismo again, which is what I used for the first video, so we're back on the Nismo again to keep the car variety. If I had more cars to choose from, I would, but we don't at the moment until I level up a lot more. So the multiplayer we go. We're still a bit of a way off Silver League, but we can get there. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to smack on our good old fancy little Nismo here that we've driven before, and you've seen it before, and it's probably not going to be that exciting to watch, but I'm enjoying playing this and recording it, so I'm going to keep doing it unless you guys tell me not to, I guess. So in we go to our first match for the day. 3 races, see how many points we can gain. I think the first time we raced the Nismo we did okay, so it's one of my favourite cars, so honestly we should be able to do just fine. I'm just going to quickly move the mic because I forgot to move it to a better spot because I'm facing a different area when I record these, so I need to put it in a different spot where I'm facing it and I'm not like looking away from you guys because I'm looking at my TV instead of the computer, so I need to change my mic position. So there you go, there's some insight into something that I have to do. 2, 1, go. And off we go. They gave us a good start on the podium, which is interesting. I don't know how that's decided. I think it's entirely random. We're going to stay on the track this time because I actually remember racing here before, not too long ago. We probably could have drifted that corner, but we didn't. Also, in the last video, I talked a lot about the Switch. I'm hoping that you guys have some input on that. If you haven't already, check out that last video. Yes, I'm using a discussion I had to plug an old video, because I'm not going to discuss it again, because that would be cheating. That would be making it easy for you guys. We nearly went off the track. Yeah, I crashed in the exact same spot as last time. I don't remember which video it was, but one of the videos, I had this track, and I actually crashed there. Deceptive, the jump lets you go there, but then you just crash. We're going to try and catch up. It's not going to be easy, though. They've got a decent lead. I didn't look at the ranks of the cars. They must be all more upgraded than my poor old Nismo, which is depressing if that's the case, because usually in Bronze League the Nismo is pretty good. Looks like everybody's getting better at the game while I'm sitting here sitting still, though I am trying to get all the upgrades I can done. I'm gonna drift around here. Shockwave Nitro! We've been stuck in 5th for so long. Oh god, okay. The only thing about this game that gets me is sometimes you can hit a wall like that really hard and you'll crash, and then sometimes you'll just hit it and you're just totally fine. And you're like, so I didn't get punished that time? Confusion? Oh, we sat in 5th the whole way. I mean, at least we're consistent. But I'm still very, very sad. 2 points. We gained a whopping 2 points in that race. Oh, look at us. Aren't we so good? 2 magnificent points. I guess I shouldn't be negative. I didn't lose points. I didn't stay neutral. So was it a complete waste of a race, was it? Ugh, I don't know why I got tongue-tied on that statement, waste of a race. Is it really that hard? Try saying that 3 times fast. Waste of a race, waste of a race, waste of a race. So that's not hard. It's not enough words and syllables to be an issue. So why did I stumble on it? I don't know. Why do we do anything? Why do we exist? Wait, now I'm getting to philosophical, is that the word I'm looking for? I think so. Yeah, I'm getting too philosophical, and I should be focusing on enjoying myself, not trying to look into the deeper inner workings of humanity and how we all live. Because that's what you do when you play a racing game. That's what you do when you play in a competitive mode in a racing game. You go 2, you go 1, you do a countdown to make sure the audio is so synced up, and then you start talking about the philosophy of man, why we exist, why we do the things that we do, and what we can do to improve our race and make the world a better place. That rhymed, and that was unintentional. I don't even know why I'm rambling about this stuff. Like, world peace, blah, 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 blah. Children don't need to suffer. Everyone should be happy. Why can't people like each other and get along and accept their differences? Blah, 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 blah. Have we got all of the philosophical tropes out of the way? I think we're getting there. We'll try and work at it. We'll try and work at it one video at a time. We'll try and say something stupid and pointless in every video. We'll start a trend of race games that are so casual that you don't even pay attention to what you're doing. You start saying weird things that you know are probably not even, that aren't relevant to the game or what you're doing, probably aren't even relevant to your target audience. So what is my target audience? I don't really have a target audience. I guess my target audience is It was watching, so like my friends, my family, my loved ones, for starters, which, well, not all of them. I guess my family aren't really nerds. My family don't really understand games at all, honestly. Okay, let's get on that topic real quick. Okay, like my target audience is definitely people that I feel I relate to. It's you guys that play games, and the guys that play the same games as me, obviously, and people that want to see new games. Let's get real deep here, though. Who watching right now has other people in their family that are big into games like they are? Like, who here has, like, siblings, cousins, whatever, they play video games with, right? Who has parents that play video games? I want to meet those people, because I don't know of many. Like, I know it's not like this whole taboo thing where, like, a person that's, like, over the age of 50 and is a parent shouldn't or doesn't play games. I know that's not true. But, like, my whole life growing up, like, once I eventually made some friends, I had some people to play games with. My cousins, one of them we play games with. My cousin Sean, I actually used to play Halo 1 with him a lot when we were kids. Like, he had his Xbox. He had a brand new Xbox. It was a school holidays. I was here in this town where I live now, because I used to not live here, but I used to come here for school holidays for 2 weeks. And so I would hang out with him, and he had a new Xbox, and he had a couple of games, and he hadn't touched them yet. And one of them is like, oh, there's this game called Halo. I don't really know what it is, but it looks like a space game. And I'm like, hey, we should try it out. We played it for several days straight, got hardly any sleep, and my uncle, his dad, like, wanted to beat the heck out of us. It was a lot of fun, though. And long story short, when I went back to school, everyone was talking about Halo, because that's just when it became a thing. All of a sudden, I go back, not hearing about it at all. I get to school, and everyone's like, yo, have you played Halo? It's so cool, it's so realistic. And yeah, even though I didn't talk to people in school a lot about me being a nerd, other people openly talked about it. It was an odd situation. I'm going on a tangent here. That's just a bit of backstory there for gaming with a relative. But like most of the other people in my family, and go! Most of the other people in my family are like, they're not gamers, right? They don't really play games. Like the closest you get to playing games is like my grandfather will play checkers online with people. Like that's the closest to gaming my family is. I think my mum plays like some simple games, like crossword stuff. I think I caught her playing a hunting game on an iPad or tablet once. I thought it was kind of weird. But all in all, my family don't have a strong opinion on games. If anything, I think my parents hate them. Surprisingly, they don't seem to really care about me doing this, even though I feel like they must see me as a huge disappointment. Because my family, especially on both sides really, they were like farm or station people. So if you're an American, a station person is like basically a person that runs a farm or a ranch, right? Country people, animal working people, working with their hands kind of people. That's not who I was. It wasn't really, it just never really, I spent the first 10 years of my life or so on the stations with my parents and others and stuff like that. But it wasn't really my world, you know. I didn't like getting filthy and using my hands for stuff. I wasn't a handyman. I wasn't a guy that could fix stuff or... Like, I loved animals, and I still do, but it just wasn't really, I don't know, it never felt like it was where I wanted to be or where I belonged, even at a young age. But my parents never have a strong opinion on gaming. My mum doesn't really seem to like them very much at all in general. So what I'm asking, I guess, is like, do you have family that you play games with? And if so, what's that like? I've got a third place on rambling, how's that? What is it like to have family members, and even do you play games with your parents? Do your parents play video games with you, multiplayer games? Like, do any of you sit down and play Halo or Call of Duty, or like any split-screen shooter, or even things like Mario Kart and stuff with your dad or your mum or both? Like, does that happen? I mean, obviously it does, but I mean, does it happen to anyone who's watching right now? Like, I want to know what that's like, because my parents don't really play games with me at all, because again, they don't really have much of an appreciation for it. They seem to have these standards where it's just bad to be into it. I don't really know why. It's just the way they are. They're old-fashioned, I guess. I mean, I'm 32, so they're not really that old. They're only in their 50s, but... Yeah, okay, so there is a seasonal battle pass tier thing in this game, which I did not know was here. That was not a thing before, I'm sure. That was definitely not a thing before. Now we claim rewards in a season pass type thing? Okay, when did they add this? I don't know how I feel about it. But, yeah, okay, so seasonal stuff is a thing in this game now. I guess that's another thing we could talk about too, besides playing games with family, and if you do, what that's like. Also, what are all your opinions on battle passes, season passes in games now? I think it is definitely better than the whole loot box thing, but like, yeah, what's it really like? You know, like, what are your true opinions on it? Do you think it's better than loot boxes? Do you think it just shouldn't exist at all? Do you not mind it because it's an optional thing and it's usually just cosmetic stuff in a lot of games? Yeah, what are your thoughts? I want to know your thoughts. And yeah, I definitely want to know, like, do you play video games with family members, cousins, siblings, parents? You know, are your family video game oriented? Like, you know, because mine mostly aren't. So I want to know what it's like from that dim perspective, what that's like. Okay, I think that's enough rambling for me. Did it 3 races, we gained a few points. We're not doing fantastically, but we're not sucking either. We're close to silver. We could do it in another couple of videos. So I appreciate you watching. If you're still here, it's really awesome. Let me know your thoughts and answers and all that kind of stuff in the comments below. I'd love to read it and check it out. I'll reply to all of them, because that's what I do. I love checking the comments every couple of days, and I reply to all of them. Double uploads every weekday. Hit that notification bell so you know about notifications. And hit the like button. Share the video if you want to. Check out social media. I'm on Twitter. I have a page on Facebook. Links will be in the description of the video to all those things. The Facebook group, page, my Twitter account. All that stuff is there. Otherwise, just leave a comment, asking to communicate. Either way, I'll be checking, and I'm always watching, always paying attention, because your input, your opinions, and your activity is very important to me. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and still being here till the end. I appreciate the heck out of it. It means so much to me. I want to grow this and have fun while doing it. So until the next time, guys, dodge your game over screen. I am Phantom100, and I am signing out for now.